Welcome to In Her Voice. My name is Kelly Covert, and I am passionate about helping women live authentically by listening to their inner voice. Get ready to be inspired by women of all walks of life that have set aside their should-bes and not good enoughs and are standing in their true voice, the voice of wisdom that each and every one of us has inside. Hello, you guys. This is Kelly, and I am so glad that you're here today with me listening to In Her Voice. It is morning here. You might be able to tell by my deep voice. I've got my morning voice on today, but that doesn't mean that there's not good stuff here. Today, I want to talk with you shortly, briefly, in just a few minutes about synchronicity. Synchronicity. And some of you might know what this word means and some of you might not. And that's totally okay because I'm going to explain it. But let me give you some background of why this topic has come up for me. The other day, I was at work at the Symphony office, which is in a building downtown, and the office is on the third floor. And I was there a little bit later than I normally am, sort of after regular business hours. And I was waiting for the elevator. Because actually it's a weird building and the stairs don't actually go down to the lobby. Otherwise I would just take the stairs. Anyway, I was waiting for the elevator and the elevator opened up and a woman was in it. And I think we were both kind of surprised because it was kind of late and we weren't expecting anyone to be there. And we started chatting about the building and working in the building. And then it turns out she has a daughter who is in Girl Scouts and they were looking for an event for their Girl Scouts. And I said, oh, you should bring them to the symphony. That would be such a great event and they would really enjoy it and they would have sort of that arts focus. And I was able to give her a brochure and it was like just super cool. And as we were going our separate ways, she said, well, it was just meant to be that we were in the elevator together, wasn't it? And I was like, yeah, I totally believe that. So on the way home, I was thinking about it and I was like, yeah, I really do believe that. I really do believe that things happen for a reason and that things come together at the perfect timing for us. And that is what synchronicity is. Really, I looked up the definition on Google, of course, because Google knows all. And what synchronicity is meaningful coincidences, something that seems unrelated to each other or happens without sort of like a cause and effect, but yet you still have an emotional trigger with that. Like it becomes meaningful for you in a way. And, you know, it could be that you're in the right place at the right time. It could be that you've been thinking of a question and someone answers it, but you didn't even ask them that. That could be a synchronicity. It could be that you call your best friend at the exact time that she was about to call you. So you're just thinking of each other. It could be that you are really needing a sign for something. Like you have a question, a deep question that you've been seeking the answer to. And all of a sudden you find a heart rock on the ground and that means something to you. That is like a message from God that yes, you're on the right path. Or maybe you look at your phone and it says 333, 333. Those are my mom's favorite numbers. And it was weird how often she would look at the clock and it would be 3:33. And she always felt like that was, just a sign that, her angels were protecting her and that God was watching out for her. And so that's what synchronicity is. And, you may be listening to this and, it's okay if you're cynical. Like, I totally get that. And I think in today's world, it's easy to get that way because you're like, yeah, whatever. It's just a rock shaped like a heart. It's just a butterfly, a yellow butterfly that landed on your windshield. No big deal. And you know what? If that's where you are, that's totally fine. Because the cool thing about synchronicity is that it only matters if it matters to you. It only matters if it means something to you. So you may think like, oh geez, Kelly's really getting woo-woo today. And yet, you know what? I'm woo-woo. I will admit it. But I think that things like this, when we talk about synchronicities, when we really start to expect God, expect the universe to provide for us in a way that's meaningful and emotional to us, then we start to see it. So this is really not about whether synchronicity is a true thing or not. It's true if you believe it. But it's more about what would happen in your life if you started expecting these messages, if you started expecting confirmation that you're on the right path. And I want to be really clear. This is not saying, okay, God, I need a sign that this is the right way to do. Although you can ask for that. This is more about just sort of like a coincidental sign that shows you, that confirms to you, yeah, I'm here with you. I've got your back. And I just love that. And I think that it's really more about expecting great things, expecting that God wants the best for you. I mean, how often do you really do that? I think so many of us walk around in our life and we expect the worst thing to happen. And I think that sometimes we do that as a way of protecting ourselves, as a way of saying, if I expect the worst and then it happens, then I'm not going to be disappointed, or I'm not going to have that pit in my stomach like I would if it came out of the blue. And maybe that's true, but you know what? That sure doesn't make you live with more joy. And I don't know about you, but that's what I want. I want to live with joy. I want to walk about this world expecting beauty, expecting miracles, expecting magic. That's what I want. I was at the gym yesterday, and someone that I go to the gym with has a little girl. She's almost 4. In fact, her birthday is the same birthday as my son's birthday, April 22nd. And we were chatting. Sloan and I were chatting yesterday. She's 4. And she came up to me and she whispered, she said, "Kelly, guess what?" And I said, "What?" She goes, "I'm magical." And I said, "I know." And I just love that. And her magic was, she rubbed her hands together and she said, then a chick appeared. It was an imaginary chick on the floor. And of course I saw it because, and I told her this, I'm magical too. And when we start to believe in these mini miracles of seeing the heart-shaped rock, of getting that phone call at the exact time that you needed, of receiving the text from your friend exactly when you need it, of getting the email that you've been waiting for, but in a weird sort of way. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? I know you know. Because when it happens, I think we get that little jolt of joy, that jolt of that there's something more than just us. There's something more than just us. And I love the feeling of that. I love the feeling of being supported by something greater than me. I love the feeling of knowing that God wants what's best for me and that He's protecting me and that He's taking care of me like I'm His cherished child. That feels really, really good. And so why not expect synchronicity? Why not look out for these little tiny miracles, these little magic makings that happen during your day? Expect them. And you know what you will find when you do? You will find that you are living with more joy. You will be connected in a deeper way to your inner wisdom, which comes from God, which is attached intimately to the power of the universe, right? And that is going to make us walk in this world in a way that is more confident, in a way that is more loving, in a way that is more beautiful, in a way that is more embracing of all of the things. Doesn't that sound great? That's what I want for me, and that's what I want for you. So here's your assignment. Yes, I'm giving you homework today at the end of In Her Voice. I want you to take today and set the intention, set your intention that you will expect miracles in your day, that you will expect to see the synchronicity, that you will run into a long lost friend at the perfect time, that you will receive a message from someone that you haven't spoken to in years and years and years, and you'll respond and it will make a difference in your life. Just try it. Just try it and let me know what happened, because I'm really interested to see if you start to live like this, even if it's just for 24 hours, if you're going to feel more connected, if you're going to feel more joy, and if you are going to feel more like you. Do it. Do it for you. Do it because you care about you, because you love yourself. Just do it. You are worthy.